I'm 86 years old, and I'm worth more money than I could spend in 10 lifetimes. Forbes estimated my net worth last year at $1.2 billion. I have properties in 4 countries. I employ over 3,000 people. My company's logo is recognized in 70 nations. By every conventional measure, I'm what people call successful. I'm also completely alone. My name is Richard, and I'm going to tell you about the trade I made that I can never undo. I'm going to tell you how I built an empire and destroyed the one thing that actually mattered. And I'm going to tell you why every dollar I earned was a terrible bargain. My son hasn't spoken to me in 11 years. Not a phone call, not a text, not a birthday card, nothing. He's 49 years old now. He has 2 children I've never met, my grandchildren, and I don't even have their phone number. I know where he lives. I know what he does for a living. I still have people who could tell me things, but he's made it very clear he doesn't want me in his life. And I can't blame him, because I was never in his. Let me take you back. I started my company in 1965. I was 27 years old, newly married, and convinced I was going to change the world. My wife, Catherine, believed in me. She worked 2 jobs while I got the business off the ground. She never complained, never asked me to give up. She just kept us afloat while I chased this thing. My son David was born in 1975. The business was just starting to take off. We'd landed our first major contract. Money was finally coming in. I was traveling constantly, building relationships, closing deals, working 80, 90 hours a week. I thought I was doing it for them, for my family, to give them a better life. That's what I told myself every time I missed dinner, every time I missed a bedtime story, every time I chose a business trip over a school play. I was building their future. That's what I believed. David's first word was Dada. I wasn't there. I was in Chicago closing a deal. Catherine told me about it over the phone. I said, "That's wonderful, honey," and then I went back to my meeting. His first steps? I was in Tokyo. His first day of school? I was in London. His 10th birthday? I was supposed to be there. I promised him I would be. But an opportunity came up. An investor wanted to meet. It was important. It could mean millions for the company. So I called home and told Catherine I'd make it up to him. We'd do something special when I got back. I never did, because by the time I got back, there was always something else. Another opportunity, another meeting, another crisis that only I could handle. Catherine tried to tell me. She'd say, "David needs you. He asks about you all the time." And I'd say, "I know. I'm doing this for him, for us. Just a few more years and I'll slow down." I said that for 20 years. When David was 16, he stopped asking when I'd be home. He stopped waiting up for me. He stopped telling me about his day, because he'd learned that I wasn't really listening anyway. My body might be in the room, but my mind was always somewhere else, on the next deal, the next problem, the next opportunity. I missed his high school graduation. There was a board meeting. I told myself it was unavoidable. It wasn't. I just chose the meeting over my son, again. He went to college across the country. I thought it was to get a good education. Years later, I found out it was to get away from me. We barely spoke during those 4 years. I'd call him once a month, maybe, ask how classes were going. He'd give short answers. I'd tell him I was proud of him, but I didn't really know what he was studying. I didn't know his friends. I didn't know what he was passionate about. I knew my company's quarterly earnings better than I knew my own son. After college, David got a job. Nothing glamorous. Nothing that would impress my business associates. He became a teacher. High school history. I was disappointed. I'm ashamed to admit that now, but I was. I'd built this empire, and my son was going to make $40,000 a year teaching teenagers. I offered him a job at my company. VP position. 6-figure salary. "You could actually make something of yourself," I said. He looked at me like I'd slapped him, and he said something I'll never forget. He said, "Dad, I'm trying to be present for other people's kids since you were never present for me." Then he left, and that was the beginning of the end. Over the next few years, we'd see each other at holidays. Awkward dinners where Catherine tried to keep the conversation going. David would be polite, distant. He'd answer questions, but never volunteer anything. He'd leave early, "Sorry, I have papers to grade," he'd say. Maybe he did. Or maybe he just couldn't stand being in the same room as me. Catherine died in 2009. Cancer. She'd been sick for 2 years, but I'd been too busy to notice how bad it had gotten. I mean, I knew she was sick. I went to some of the doctor's appointments, but I was still working, still traveling, still building. Even when she was dying, I couldn't just be there. I'd sit with her in the hospital, but I'd have my phone out, checking emails, taking calls. She'd look at me with these sad eyes, and I'd say, "Sorry, honey, this is important." Everything was always more important. At her funeral, David gave the eulogy. He talked about what an amazing mother she was, how she was always there, how she never missed a moment, how she taught him what love looks like. He didn't mention me once. After the funeral, we stood in the parking lot, just the two of us, and he said, "You killed her, you know, not the cancer, you. She spent her whole life waiting for you to show up, and you never did. She died waiting." I tried to defend myself. I said I'd done my best, that I was providing for the family, that everything I did was for them. He laughed. Not a happy laugh, a bitter one, and he said, "You keep saying that, but you didn't do it for us. You did it for you, for your ego, for your legacy. We were just the excuse." Then he got in his car and drove away. That was 11 years ago. The last words my son ever said to me. I've tried to reach out over the years. Letters, emails. I even showed up at his house once. He opened the door, saw me standing there, and said, "You need to leave." Then he closed the door. I sent gifts for my grandchildren, children I've never met. He sent them back unopened. I'm 86 years old now. My company is worth billions. I have more money than I know what to do with. I donate millions every year. I'm on the boards of hospitals and universities. People call me a philanthropist, a captain of industry, a success story, but I go home every night to an empty house. No Catherine, no David, no grandchildren, just me and the silence. I eat dinner alone. I watch television alone. I wake up in the middle of the night and there's no one to talk to. The house is too big, too quiet, too full of things that don't matter. I have people who work for me, assistants, a housekeeper, a driver, but they're not family. They're polite, professional. They call me Mr. Morrison. They don't love me. They work for me. There's a difference. Last month was my 86th birthday. My assistant arranged a small dinner. Some business associates, people I've worked with for decades. We had expensive wine, expensive food. Everyone toasted my success. But my son wasn't there. My grandchildren weren't there. And halfway through dinner, I realized I couldn't remember the last time someone hugged me just because they wanted to. Not because it was professional, not because they wanted something from me, just because they loved me. I don't think anyone does love me, not anymore. I've spent the last few months thinking about my life, trying to figure out where it went wrong. And I keep coming back to the same thing. I chose wrong, over and over and over again. For 40 years, I chose the business over my family, and I told myself I was doing it for them. But David was right. I was doing it for me. I loved the feeling of winning, closing a deal, building something, being recognized, being important. I was addicted to it, and my family paid the price. Here's what I've learned, and I wish someone had told me this when I was 30. Success means nothing if you're alone. All the money in the world can't buy back the moments you missed. The bedtime stories, the school plays, the quiet evenings just being together. I have $1 billion, and I'd give every penny of it to have dinner with my son, to meet my grandchildren, to hear them call me grandpa. But money can't buy that, because love isn't a transaction. And once you destroy it, you can't just write a check to get it back. I thought I was building a legacy, but a company isn't a legacy. Your children are your legacy. Your relationships are your legacy. And I destroyed mine in the pursuit of something that doesn't matter at all now. People ask me for business advice all the time. How to grow a company, how to close deals, how to build wealth. And I give them answers because that's what they want to hear. But here's the advice I really want to give them. The advice that matters. Your kids won't remember how much money you made. They'll remember whether you showed up, whether you were there for the moments that mattered to them, whether you chose them over your work. And if you keep choosing work, one day they'll stop asking you to choose them. They'll stop expecting you. They'll build their lives without you. And by the time you realize what you've lost, it'll be too late. I know grown men who brag about working 80-hour weeks, who take calls during their kids' birthday parties, who miss vacations because of emergencies at work. And I want to grab them and shake them and say, stop right now, because you're making the same mistake I made, and you're going to end up just as alone. But they won't listen. Just like I didn't listen when Catherine tried to tell me. Because when you're in the middle of building something, you can't see what you're destroying. I built a billion-dollar company, and I lost everything that mattered. My son is 49 now. His kids are probably teenagers. I don't know. I've missed their entire lives. I'll never get to teach them anything. I'll never hear their voices. I'll never be their grandpa. And when I die, which probably isn't far off, my company will keep going. Someone else will run it. My name might be on the building for a while. Maybe they'll name a scholarship after me. But I'll die alone. No family at my bedside. No one who loves me holding my hand. Just nurses and lawyers and people who are paid to be there. That's my legacy. Not the company, the loneliness. If you're young and ambitious and building something, listen to me. I'm 86 years old. I have all the money anyone could want, and I'm telling you, it's not worth it. Not if you sacrifice your family to get it. Your kids are only young once. Those moments don't come back. The school play happens one time. The bedtime story is only special when they're little. The conversation where they tell you about their day, that's gone forever if you're not there to hear it. You think you can make it up later. You think once the business is stable, once you make enough money, once you prove yourself, then you'll focus on family. But you won't, because there's always one more deal, one more opportunity, one more goal. The finish line keeps moving. And by the time you look up, your kids are grown and gone, and they've learned to live without you. Don't make my mistake. Don't trade your family for success, because success is empty. It's just numbers and deals and things that don't love you back. Your family is the only thing that matters, the only thing. And if you lose them in the pursuit of anything else, you've lost everything. I'm 86 years old. I have $1 billion, and I would give it all, every single penny, for one more chance to do dinner with my son when he was 10 years old, to be there for his graduation, to meet his wife, to hold my grandchildren. But I can't, because some mistakes you can't fix. Some doors, once closed, don't open again. I'm going to die with more money than I can spend, and no one to leave it to who cares. No one to miss me. No one to remember me as anything other than the man who is always working. That's not a legacy. That's a tragedy. Learn from my mistake. Put down your phone. Leave work early. Show up for your kids. Be present. Really present. Not just physically there, but mentally, emotionally there. Because one day you'll be 86 and alone, looking back at your life, and the only question that will matter is, did the people you love know you loved them? I can't answer that question the way I want to. My son doesn't know, because I didn't show him. I showed him that work was more important, that money was more important, that everything was more important than he was. And now he's gone, and I'm alone. And all the money in the world can't fix it. Don't let this be your story. Choose differently. Choose better. Choose your family before it's too late. If this resonates with you, share it with someone who's working too much. Someone who keeps saying, just a few more years. Someone who's making the same mistake I made. And if you're that person, put down your phone right now. Go find your kids. Hug them. Tell them you love them. Be there. Really be there. Because I promise you, whatever you're working on isn't worth losing them. I learned that too late. Don't wait as long as I did.